Good morning, my tubies, my TikToker, SheilaTruelove. 2:53 a.m. in the morning. Nope, I couldn't sleep, so I may as well be productive. Yeah, let's talk about these dating apps for 2023. I'm going to share some content and some clips with you, and then I'll be back with my commentary.
Hey girl, my name is Anwar White. I'm a dating coach for women of color, specifically Black women, and I wanted to actually talk to you a little bit about the best and worst dating apps in 2023 for Black women specifically, because it changes year after year. So for example, in the pandemic, Hinge was killing it. Now Hinge is not anywhere where it needs to be. So I want to go through the apps, the worst ones and the best ones, and we'll go from there. So the worst ones. Don't be on Tinder, girl. That's for 25 and younger. And if you want to hook up, you want to be objectified, go on Tinder. But many of you don't want that. eHarmony, don't do it. It is racism clothed in a crucifix, girl. Don't do it. Plenty of Fish. That is for the catfish of the world, literally and figuratively, the bottom feeders, as well as they will catfish you on there. BLK, don't do it. BLK has a lot of those guys that are, you know, those cousins that you don't really talk about or talk to? They're on BLK, so you don't want to go in there. What else? Raya and the League. Super elitist, super racist. They're not checking for you if you're a Black girl. No shade. What else? I'm trying to Facebook dating. Don't do that. The men on Facebook dating are not intentional. They're not really looking to date. Now, for the actual apps that I love Match, especially if you're 35 and over. I love OkCupid, and it's especially good if you are an intellectual snob and a little quirky or nerdy. And then I love Coffee Meets Bagel. Now, these three are really great, but it also means that you have to open up and date everyone, Black and non-Black men. The two dating apps that are city-specific are Hinge and Bumble. I didn't really love Bumble before, but in 2023, a lot of people have been on Bumble. So I like Bumble for certain cities, Seattle, San Francisco Bay Area, Austin, New York, because a lot of the tech guys are there, the engineers, and they need a little bit of a nudge. So if you want an engineer or an accountant, they'll be on Bumble. I like Hinge, but I only like Hinge on certain cities. Like I call them C cities. No shade to people that live in C cities. Indianapolis, Milwaukee, right? Some of those smaller cities. Though Hinge is really good on those specific cities. Now, here's the thing. I love apps because you get to talk to thousands of people with your fingertips. But it's not about the apps. Dating is about the woman that you become. And that's the work when it comes to actually doing this work. It's just a medium. And that's why my clients do so well, because not only are we getting on the best apps, but we're also doing the inner work to make sure that they're getting into the best relationship of their life. And that's why 85% of my clients get into the best relationship of their lives in my 6-month program.
Okay, there you have it. He gives you a rundown of what are the best dating apps out there. What is your favorite dating app? Because you see, I'm going to share another clip with you. Someone who I agree with him. I don't agree with this guy here. The first one you see here, I don't agree with him. I agree with the second man that you're about to see. I want you to check it out and give me your viewpoint or your opinion.
What is my favorite dating app? None. They're all trash. They lack substance. They lack originality. They lack quality. Catfishing at its finest. Communication with a robot would be much better. Nobody looks like themselves. Women Photoshop their bodies. Men lie about their height. Be prepared to be disappointed by the communication. Something like, hey, nice to meet you. You too. How are you? Good. Great. You? Good. What are you doing Friday? No plans. Cool, let's grab dinner. Okay, sounds good. Friday morning. Hey, it's Friday. You want to go get that drink? I'm sorry, I forgot. It's my friend's birthday. Rain check for November, 4 months from now. Because people don't feel committed to you. They don't even know you. They never met you. They don't have to see you again, so they have no shame. If you do get lucky and go on a date, be prepared for you or them not to be able to hold a good conversation because you're so used to typing it, disappointed by the face-to-face recognition, holding a conversation, awkward silence, being on their phone, and then in the end of the date, you might get laid. You're welcome.
So there you have it, my darlings. I totally agree with the second gorgeous gentleman. His name is, oh God, he's hot as hell. But anyway, yeah, wow. Wow. So you see my type. Back to my type. He looks like my children's father. He reminds me of my children's father. He's a Scorpio like my children's father. Interesting. Wow. But anyway, yeah, I agree with him. The dating apps out here and dating out here, because I've gone on, and I still, every now and again, people hit me up in my DMs on Facebook. You know, that's what I don't use the other dating apps or what have you. Sometimes I may go hang out on, what is this app? It's just for when I just want to listen to keep myself current and what's going on in the world. I'll go on, I just downloaded it. Yeah, I forgot. It's called, it escapes my mind. It's early in the morning. What is it? 3:03 in the morning. And I haven't had no coffee at all because I'm going back to bed. I'm going to try to go back to bed because I get up at 5 o'clock. But anyway, yeah, I agree with the second gentleman. And I think he's given us, I'm going to share another clip from him because, again, I agree with him. Wow, we're on the same page. Here we go, my darling.
Learn to be alone, and you will never be lonely.
Thank you.
Once you understand your peace, you will understand your value. And with that, you will start attracting what you lack. When you're alone, you grow faster, you grow smarter, you do a lot of things without much help. So therefore, once you are introducing a potential partner into your life, you will look at them from a sense of, what do you bring to the table that I already don't have? I can feed myself, I can motivate myself, I can work for myself. So automatically you are raising your standards to another level just by being alone. See, sometimes people rush into relationships simply due to the fact that they're afraid to be alone. And we all know rushing into anything is never a good idea. So don't be afraid. Now, another interesting thing about being alone is the effect it has on your respect towards others, because when you are introducing, once again, a partner into your life, you will appreciate the little things that they bring to you because you never had them. So being alone is such an interesting growth mechanism to your well-being.
I promote that. I always promote that. In fact, I encourage women to learn how to fly solo. One, because it's more peaceful. Two, it's easier. His name is Mirza, Mirza. Watch all of his TikToks, honey. This man is very wise. Loving him. Yes. Very wise. I like the way he thinks. Mirza. He's a Scorpio. Hot. My kid's father was a Scorpio. Not so hot. You got to look at the moon and the Mercury, the Venus and the Mars. You can't base it off of just the sun. I know that's, I don't believe in astrology. People say, how you don't believe in astrology? But because I believe in astropsychology. I don't believe in waking up every morning, I got to check my chart, or I believe every single thing. I use it as just a guideline. So I don't waste my time. I can sum a person up like that. Once, yeah, I can sum you up, sweetheart. For real, for real. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I agree with him. When it comes to these dating apps, I told you I've gone out on several dates. I just do it just to get out of the house sometimes. And I just wanted to, find some conversation with some dudes, see where their head is. Most of them are throwbacks. I think I kept maybe one that I met on a dating app, and we've been friends he doesn't live around me. He lives in the city, and I live in upstate New York. He lives New York City, and we stay in contact. We've been friends for like over 10 years, over 12 years. He was a keeper, and I met him on dating app, on Facebook, whatever the hell, what is that, DMs. So you find some that may be a keeper, most are throwbacks, and that's pretty much it. I agree with him. Yeah. As for our first friend here, he's telling you what are the worst and the best dating apps for ebony women. If you want to give that a try or give that a shot, that's on you. Yeah, I'm trying to think of that app. Tag. I think it's Tagged. The name of that app I was trying to tell you about that, I was like forgetting. It's called Tagged. Crazy people who is smoking dope and everything else all on the place, but it lets me see what type of people are out there worldwide, because it's a international app. Tagged, it's called. And it takes you into other people's houses. You get to go in their houses, see what they do behind closed doors. You can even set up meetings. They can be having a conversation. You could join right in, several of those, what have you. Anyway, Sheila True Love, darling, and I wish you well.